Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prehistoria, back on this dinosaur channel. I got some videos for you guys. Shorts are going to be kind of consistent. Videos are going to be kind of when I can make them type thing. Yeah, so this is called How Rexy and Blue Really Died. So, if you didn't know, when Jurassic World Rebirth started, they announced that Rexy and Blue are dead. Now, Blue kind of didn't give two shits about. Kind of a cool character for the first Jurassic World movie. Then after that, I really didn't give a flying fuck about Blue. But Rexy's been a staple since the since the beginning. I mean, she was the T-Rex from the first fucking movie. So when they announced just like off the air or no screen time whatsoever that Rexy was just dead, seemed like a real big slap in the face to me for that. Literally a character that's been a part of this franchise since the damn beginning. So this is a video titled "How They Actually Died." So I'm kind of curious what this is going to show. For anybody interested, this is Shadow. I will have a link to his channel in the description as well as to this video when I put it up, so you guys can go check out his stuff. YouTube, this falls within fair use. I am reacting to it, I'm adding commentary, and I will have a review for it at the end, which makes it fall into fair use. So let's see what we got here. Content warning: topics discussed in this video contain scenes of gore.
Everyone knows the iconic T-Rex of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, Rexy.
That's right.
They also know the famous Velociraptor Blue. But Jurassic World Rebirth tells a different story on these two. Many fans just simply believe they disappeared after Jurassic World Dominion.
They wouldn't just disappear.
Poofed into the wild. But the truth of their existence is far more complex and filled with overlooked details no one's even explored yet. So what's really happened to these two? Are they out in the wild? Are they even still alive? Well, believe it or not, the answer isn't what you'd expect. Get ready to have your mind completely blown on this matter as we uncover the truth and the intricate story of their survival. And immediately I'd like to address something: their last known sightings. Let's take Rexy to start. We'll get on to Blue in just a second.
Okay, good, because I would prefer to hear Rexy's than Blue's, but I'll listen to Blue's as well, since Blue was in 3 of the 6 movies. I don't count Rebirth. That was such a bad movie. They're adding it to Netflix with the other Jurassic Worlds. My grandma didn't go to the theater to see Rebirth, but I'm going to have her sit down and I'll watch it with her. See what she thinks of this Jurassic World Rebirth. So, I did not like it.
Rexy was last seen at the very end of Jurassic World Dominion. She meets up in Biosang Sanctuary with Buck and Doe, and therefore we assume she's going to live her life out peacefully in that sanctuary, right? Well, not entirely. We'll come back to that in a second. Blue is last seen as well at the end of Dominion, running off into the mountainous regions in Nevada with her little beta baby. Now, it's important to note here that Jurassic World Dominion is set in the year 2022. Jurassic World Rebirth is set in the year 2027. So 5 years pass and we have Jurassic World Rebirth. So what do we know of Biosang Sanctuary at this point? What do we know of Blue and what do we know of Rexy? Well, let's listen to what the movie tells us. We see Bronto Billy in New York City, and they say Bronto Billy is one of the last known dinosaurs in the US. More specifically, one of the last known sauropods in the US. Now, we know that wouldn't mean Rexy because she's in basically northern Italy now in Biosang Valley at this point.
Right.
And Blue, well, she's in the north of the US and she's not a sauropod. So it doesn't really apply to them, right? But something does apply to them. Let's look at Bronto Billy one last time. On the radio, it actually says that the clone dinosaurs are beginning to die off because they're outside their equatorial range and due to the non-equatorial climates no longer being suitable for them, as well as other diseases. It's quite a sad scene, and you obviously see Bronto Billy collapse and they're trying to lift it back up with cranes, and it's a horrible fate, to be honest. And it got me thinking, could this have applied to the mascot of the franchise, the T-Rex Rexy? And I thought, well, no, of course not, it couldn't have. She's in Biosang Sanctuary. We see her living her best life at the end of the Dominion movie. But then
Okay. We don't see her living her best life, because you have to think about it this way too. You have Buck, you got Doe. There's already a female there. And as far as they've shown, when a T-Rex is with another T-Rex, and this is going off of what we see in Jurassic Park, so obviously we don't know if they mate for life like eagles and shit do. They're pretty fierce to be together. You can see that whenever they're attacking the the camp at the river when they're looking at fuck the redhead, Julianne Moore's coat that had the baby blood on it. By the way, where's the baby Rex? Baby Rex just disappeared. If this is Buck and Doe, where's the baby Rex? But yeah. I mean, I guess maybe the baby Rex was the fully grown one that got killed in Jurassic Park 3 that the Spinosaurus snapped the neck of. Potentially. But if that's the case, why weren't they together? Maybe because T-Rex kick out their young or whatever at an early age. So maybe after the end of Lost World, they're just like, hey, you need to go figure yourself out type shit. So, but what I'm trying to say here is, I'm pretty sure the other female Doe would see Rexy as a threat and like try to fight her.
Researched a little deeper. Is Biosang Sanctuary in the equatorial range, the equator? And I looked at it. Biosang Valley is located in northern Italy. That is not in the equatorial range. Hell, it's classed as the northern hemisphere. It's literally halfway to the Antarctic. So no, that climate would not be suitable for them to clone dinosaurs. My heart started to break, so I started to research even further. And by the time Rebirth came around, Rexy would be around 37 years old, give or take. Maybe even more. That is way beyond the average lifespan of a T-Rex, which is 30 years, even with good care. Now, you could say that she was genetically modified to live longer, but we don't really have any proof.
How do we know about their age? Is it like something we can tell in like bone? How does he know? And how is he saying that T-Rexes only live for about 30 years?
That. But hang on, 1 second here. Biosang Sanctuary was a sanctuary for dinosaurs. Surely they would have put the best care in there possible, making sure the environment matched what they thought was their environment when they existed 65 million years ago. And I started to have hope again that she could be alive, but then I thought, oh no. At the end of Dominion, Biosang Sanctuary becomes unstable after the events of Dominion. You know, the fire, Biosang actually getting taken down, the change of environment, and the fate of the other dinosaurs in the valley. Did anyone take over the Biosang Sanctuary? Were they dinosaurs just left to their own devices like they were previously on Isla Sorna?
I think we're gonna go.
Oh, son of a bitch. Hold on, guys.
Awesome, let me get the contract.
So, basically while this is running, I'm going to just go ahead and keep talking. Oh, wait, I can skip it. Never mind. Never mind.
Dinosaurs are now only located in one place, and that is this special island they're going to. They do not mention the dinosaurs of Biosang Valley anymore, and I think, hang on, if they needed dinosaur DNA and dinosaurs were still in the Biosang Sanctuary, I mean massive dinosaurs, we see the Apatosaurus there. Surely they would have gone there if they survived. And
No. They didn't say they needed an Apatosaur. They said they needed a Titanosaur. The big, I believe it was a Titanosaur. It had the big, like, really thing connected to their neck, like spines and shit. They said that Quetzalcoatlus and the Mosasaur. They did not say Apatosaur. So, wrong there.
Mascot Rexy is deceased, either by old age, the poor living conditions, or the change of environment. And for me, that's a sad end to the franchise mascot off screen as well. But what other way that they've done it? But hang on, Rexy's story isn't over there. I'll come back to hers in a second. Let's continue with Blue, because we haven't even spoke about her or Beta just yet. The last known sighting of her was her running off into the mountainous regions with Beta, but under Owen's care. Now, the interesting thing here is we know Blue to be highly intelligent, and she's going to be overseen by Owen. Is there a chance that Owen noticed perhaps their decline in their health and moved them closer to the equator or another habitable area? I mean, Owen, Claire, and Maisie would have moved with Blue and Beta to the equator, 100%, if Owen had noticed a decline in Blue's health. There is an issue with this, however. They'd have to transport Blue and Beta secretly to a location near the equator where they could roam freely, unhindered by any type of human presence. And for me, it would seem highly likely, especially with Owen and Claire overseeing Blue and baby Beta. If they noticed something was wrong, they would 100% step in. They have that bond. The real glaring issue for me is that Biosang Sanctuary. It is not located in the equatorial range, and therefore, all the dinosaurs in that sanctuary would potentially die out, including our beloved franchise mascot, Rexy. So is there any way that them dinosaurs in that sanctuary could have survived? Now I'm going to look at this logically. Look at Fallen Kingdom. Ian Malcolm goes to court and advocates that the dinosaurs had their shot and they should be left to their extinction. And people agreed with them. They left the dinosaurs on Isla Nublar to die in that massive volcano, saying it was nature's way to let them die off once again. And the same thing is happening in Rebirth. The reason they're dying off wasn't because of lack of food or anything as such. It was because of the atmosphere and the climate. It wasn't what they were used to 65 million years ago. So they were naturally dying off. Nature was killing them off once again. So naturally, Ian Malcolm, and everyone else for that matter, would probably agree, let them die out. Unless Biocen didn't collapse and they kept control of that sanctuary and adjusted their tech inside the sanctuary.
Well, see, that's what I want to know. That's something Rebirth didn't touch on. Is what happened to Wu? Because we got introduced to Wu again in the first Jurassic World. I think. Did we? No, because he wanted to get the Indominus bone to send to Wu. Hey, baby girl. So yeah, I'm kind of curious where Wu is at this point, given the fact that he destroyed the locust. Excuse me. Pop up, baby. There you go. So, yeah, I'm very curious where Wu's at during this Rebirth segment.
Specifically for the dinosaurs, to care for them, heating, less oxygenated air, whatever it might be. Biocen had the technology. I mean, they literally had chips in their dinosaurs to herd them into the center of the sanctuary. They had a field over the top of their sanctuary as well to stop the aerial dinosaurs from literally leaving the sanctuary. They could, if they wanted to, easily adjust the atmosphere.
That was turned off. I believe that's one of the things Laura Dern's character, I can't remember the black lady's name, her character's name, the pilot. I'm pretty sure that's one of the last things they had to turn off.
In that little dome of theirs if they wanted to. They would have the technology, right? I mean, if they could genetically engineer dinosaurs, bring back extinct species, I'm pretty sure they could care for them as well. Well, maybe. And if not, life will find a way. I'd hate to think that the franchise is doing our mascot an injustice, doing her a dirty by killing her off screen. I'd like to think she was in Biosang Sanctuary, cared for. Someone took that sanctuary over, modified it to ensure the dinosaurs there were kept a secret.
No, except they already did do her dirty. She's been in every single... she's been a mascot since the first movie. Because obviously we went to Isla Sorna for like the second and third movie. So we didn't have Rexy because she was on the original island. Or at this point, I guess they could have snagged her for the Jurassic World theme park. But to bring her back and then just ditch her, because she was in every single one of the Jurassic Worlds. So the fact that they just kind of wrote her off, it already is an injustice to one of the main characters from all the way back in the original. Miss Kitty needs some love.
But potentially kept safe and cared for until the end of their lifespan. That would include Rexy. She was an old woman in Rebirth. It was inevitable that she was going to die off at some point, unless they're going to say that in her genome they put a long-lasting aging genome or something like that. But obviously there is that rumor that the skeleton we see in Rebirth was the T-Rex, Rexy. I personally don't buy that, and nor does the movie say that anyway at all. It could literally just be a skeleton of a tyrannosaur, a legitimate one they dug up 65 million years ago. You know, we do see a skeleton in the first movie as well, you know. There are still dinosaur bones out there. But as for their fates, to me, I think Blue has likely survived due to the fact that Owen would relocate her, noticing if anything was wrong in her climate. Rexy, on the other hand, unless she was cared for in that Biosang Sanctuary, and I mean properly cared for, that they adjusted the environment, because obviously it was outside of that equatorial zone, then, pains me to say it, she would have died off. But the main question is, what do you think? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment below.
Okay, let me go ahead and stop it here. Okay, first and foremost, if we look at how Dominion went between Owen trying to go after the clone girl that he had taken in as his daughter, and we look at how he handled it with Blue, he basically did like a send off, like, and you can tell by the way he was like nodding there at the end. He's like, okay, you know what? Maybe I need to let go. Maybe I'm holding on a little bit too much control. It's something that has its own life. It needs to be able to live that life without like him controlling over it, which would um, correspond with how he and Claire were treating the clone girl. Because yeah, she might be a clone, but she is now like a living, breathing person that they just can't control the way that they have been doing before. So it's a nice little I don't know if it's like a paradox or like a symbiotic type thing. I'm trying to think of the terminology here, but I don't think he would have kept a hold of as much of a grasp when it comes to watching Blue as he should have. I mean, I don't remember him. Oh, you're okay. Sorry. Okay, her tail's a little touchy apparently. I don't remember him knowing about Beta. Again, I haven't seen Dominion since it released, so that could be why. But I think at the end of the movie it was more of a I'm gonna let them go, let them live their own life type thing. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I think if they had killed off Rexy in this manner, it's very insulting, very stupid, and that would agitate the hell out of me because Rexy obviously was big and is one of the biggest characters in cinema for me, growing up with the Jurassic Park movies. So let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. Don't forget, I will have a link to his channel and then this video in the description. And I'll catch everybody in the next video short that I release.